Welcome to Let's Talk Politics. I'm your host as always, and in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the latest statistics, latest polls, and latest data on the 2024 presidential general election between Joe Biden and Donald Trump, and we're going to be tying those statistics, tying those analytics and data to my 2024 presidential election prediction. And every single state that Donald Trump won back in 2020, he is more than likely going to win it, whether it's Florida, whether it's Texas. Even the battleground states. Donald Trump is more than likely going to win Texas. He's more than likely going to win Florida. And Joe Biden in 2020, I believe, did the best he can. That's the most he's going to get. That's the most electoral votes he's going to get. Even if he wins in 2024, he's not going to get more than what he got in 2020. So every single state that Trump won in 2020, he's most likely going to win it because Trump did bad and he still won those states. And if you actually guys did not know, the states that Joe Biden won by less than a percentage point are the states of Wisconsin, Arizona, and Georgia. And by the way, if Donald Trump can win all of those three states that Joe Biden won by a percentage point or less, Wisconsin, Arizona, and Georgia, that will put Donald Trump to the top and make him reelected. Every single state that Joe Biden narrowly won by a percentage point or less, and if Donald Trump wins those three states, he is the president of the United States. That's how close the 2020 election was. And you guys don't realize it because all you saw was blue on the Rust Belt. Yeah, Wisconsin was blue, Michigan was blue, Pennsylvania was blue, Minnesota was blue. But a lot of those states were by a percentage point. You know, Arizona was blue, but by less than a percentage point. So it was actually closer than you think. 2020 was way closer than you think. If Donald Trump can flip those three states that Joe Biden barely won by a percentage point or less, then yeah, Donald Trump is the winner. And that's how close Donald Trump is to victory in 2024. All he does is needs to do is flip those three states that Joe Biden won by a percentage point or less. So that's a fun fact for you guys. So Donald Trump needs those three states. And Donald Trump already is coming out with an advantage of 236 electoral votes to Joe Biden's 198. So, as of this point, Donald Trump has an advantage going into 2024, while it was the complete opposite of 2020. We already had a feeling before the 2020 election that Joe Biden was going to be elected because of how trends were going. Now, it is a little bit different because Joe Biden is president now. Donald Trump was the president back then. Now Joe Biden is. So, people know how both presidents are. Now we're going to see in 2024 which one they want more. Now they know how both were in office because both got a turn. Now Now people know which one is better since both got a turn. You know, people didn't know how Joe Biden would do. They knew that they didn't like Trump, so let's see what Joe Biden does. But now they've seen both, and now they might go back to Trump. There are some voters like that. These two polls rated both B+, coming from Yahoo News and then YouGov. Both have Biden up, one by 5%. One by 2%. Now, are there a lot of margins? Are those big margins? No. And by the way, these polls, a lot of polls, and most polls do come out favoring Democrats. So these polls do underestimate Republicans, and here's proof. In the 2020 election, they had Biden winning the popular vote by 17%. He didn't come nowhere near. He was within 5% or 6%. I believe he got 6% of it. And Ronald Reagan, who only missed out on 2 states, he won all 48, I believe, got 17%. Joe Biden did not get anywhere near 48 states to even get 17%. So that's how you know these polls do favor Democrats, by the way, just to let you guys know. So if these polls that favor Democrats barely have Biden winning, like 5% and 2%, Donald Trump already has, victories. Let's say this poll underestimates Republicans. Right here, the 5%. Biden up by 5. Donald Trump probably might win in reality. And this one only have Biden up by 2. And if that's underestimating, that means Donald Trump might have the advantage right here. And all of these polls have Donald Trump up. 9%. You see 5%. You see 6%. You see 3%. Joe Biden has no advantage here. You can see it. These are B/Cs, more accurate up here. But as you do see, they do underestimate Republicans. Now, this is in a case of Harris. This is extreme. Okay, this poll coming out of Harvard University is This poll specifically, in the case of DeSantis versus Harris, favors the Democrat here, Harris. Harris is extremely disapproved, and Ron DeSantis might win in the landslide if this was reality. And Trump up by 11. This poll. Okay, Trump versus Harris. Okay, we're gonna look at Joe Biden. Harris is terrible. Of course, Donald Trump would probably beat Harris by probably 5-10% or more. Now, in the case where Donald Trump takes on Biden, we have another poll. Trump up by 6 out of Harvard University. Now, they do underestimate Republicans. And if they're underestimating Republicans and Donald Trump was winning by 6, who knows what he will win by? Way more than 6. Do you guys see what I'm saying? And out of this, Biden up by 4. If he's barely up by 4 while this poll favors Democrats, Donald Trump could probably take the lead here. And then this is DeSantis. We're only looking at Donald Trump. DeSantis for another day. In fact, I have a DeSantis versus Donald Trump Republican primaries coming out, if you guys did not know, as an election night. So stay tuned for that. Oh, God. 10% for Trump ahead of Biden from Blueprint Polling. Trump up by 10. Oh, this is against Clinton, which there are rumors she is running. I made videos about that. Okay, Biden and Trump. Trump up by 3%. That might underestimate Republicans. He might be even up by more in reality. Okay, you guys see that? You guys see this? Oh my, Romney, who is a horrible Republican candidate. Biden's only up by 7 against Romney? Are you kidding me? If he's barely winning against Romney, Donald Trump would probably destroy him. Romney's terrible. How is he only up by 7? Now, Biden and Trump. Biden only up by 3. And this is underestimating Republicans. Probably Trump has the lead in reality. Biden up by 2. Probably has the lead in reality. Underestimating Republicans. Biden up by 2. Same thing. This is even. In reality, Trump would probably be leading right now. Now, I'm not saying all polls, every single one of these polls favored Joe Biden. But actually, most of these do. Look at how popular Joe Biden is on this approval rating tracker of polls of likely or registered voters. Joe Biden is disapproved as president by about 10%. But if you want to compare that to Donald Trump's approval rating back when he was elected, back when he was in office, Donald Trump was disapproved by 11%. We're doing comparing and contrasting. Compare and contrast in this video. Donald Trump disapproved by 11%, Joe Biden disapproved by 10%. Almost 11% as you see here. So pretty similar. And if you go back to those polls I just showed you guys, Joe Biden is barely leading in some of those polls, and actually a lot of polls, at least half of them, have Trump leading. And to show you how much people who voted for Biden actually turned away from him, day 449, Joe Biden in office, April 13th. From the start, Joe Biden was disapproved by more than 15%. He was approved by more than 15%. Now, it's been these many days, 449, and Joe Biden is disapproved by 10%. From being approved by more than 15% from the start. Now, disapproved by 10%. That's how much voters who voted for Joe Biden probably won't be voting for him ever again. Okay? That's reality. Favorability ratings. Donald Trump is actually unfavored by 8%. Okay? As of April 13th. Yeah, these are really new polls. So I'm showing both sides here. I'm not being biased, only showing polls that disfavor Joe Biden. No, I'm showing both things so you guys can get a little bit of a look at it. You see here Donald Trump being disapproved by 11%. When he was in office, Joe Biden being disapproved by 10%. I'm going back and forth here, so don't think I'm biased. Now, take out Donald Trump and Joe Biden. It may relate to this, but do voters want Democrats or Republicans in Congress? Like I mentioned earlier, like I always mention, these underestimate Republicans. And if Republicans are up while they're underestimating Republicans, they're going to be up by more than 2% in reality, as you see here. Yeah. So, enough of these polls. So, let's just say every state that Joe Biden won in 2020 by 1% or less, which are 3 states, Arizona, Wisconsin, and Georgia. Let's say Donald Trump win those states that Joe Biden won by 1% or less, which are very likely, by the way. Donald Trump would be reelected easily. Look at this, so easy. And let's just say Donald Trump wins them probably about 2% or less. Okay, let's be real here. Let's say Donald Trump wins Arizona, tilt margin, Georgia, tilt margin, 2% to 1%, maybe even less. Wisconsin, probably about a little bit over 1%, I would say. Tilt margins, all these states, tilt margins. Donald Trump would be reelected, 273. And that's not even over. Who knows? Maybe he wins Michigan, which I doubt it. Maybe he wins Pennsylvania, which maybe more likely than Michigan, but, as an example. And in fact, I do think Donald Trump might even flip Nevada. And if he does, he's going to win by even more. Maybe Virginia. Glenn Youngkin won it, but Glenn Youngkin is not Donald Trump. So let's say Joe Biden wins Virginia. Maybe lean margin, 5%. Maybe Donald Trump takes Nevada just by, 0.3%. I don't even know, less than a percentage point. Which, if Donald Trump does win Nevada, I do think it will be less than a percentage point. If Joe Biden wins Nevada, I do think it will be within 1%. Okay, and Minnesota, let's just say Joe Biden wins it by like 6%. Let's say Michigan, Joe Biden holds on to that because he didn't win it by more than a percentage point. Not saying that even if Joe Biden wins states by more than a percentage point, Donald Trump can still win them. He probably can, but do I think it's likely? Probably not. And then Pennsylvania, I do think voters will turn off from Joe Biden in Pennsylvania, across the U.S., not just in Pennsylvania. But at the end of the day, if I were to bet, I would say Joe Biden will narrowly win Pennsylvania, probably less than a percentage point, probably super close.